Alright, Cancer, welcome back to my channel for your September reading. I'm cranking these out. I didn't get quite as many of them done as I would have liked to this weekend, but I did get some fun new decks. For my Geminis, I used the Golden Art Nouveau deck. That was a really fun deck. It's easy to read. A lot of other readers use this deck too. It's a pretty popular deck right now. Now, for you guys, I'm going to use a deck that isn't quite as popular, but I've always somewhat felt drawn to it. It's the Masonic Tarot. Spooky, spooky, spooky. I like this deck. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I just got it the other day. But I do have some critiques. Look at how cool the back of the deck is. Let me see here. Real glossy, which I'm not super into because of the lighting in my office here. But what I'm not into is how the pip cards aren't illustrated, and it uses different suits, but I guess that kind of fits to like Masonic fashion. So rather than having wands, we have mallets instead, and rather than having cups, we have chalices, and rather than having coins or pentacles, we have gold. So I'm still going to read it the same, but it is slightly different, and this might be a little bit more difficult to read too, but I should be able to come up with something for you guys here. So let's shuffle this brand new deck and see what we got going on for the month of September. Oh yeah, brand new cards, stiff and slick. No sweat on these cards yet. It's a big, thick deck of cards. We'll give her another shuffle too. I don't know if all these cards are going to fit on my board unless I move some stuff around. This is a bigger deck than the Art Nouveau deck or the Rider-Waite deck. I have some other decks too that I've never used, like I have a Marseille deck. I got a Marseille deck right here that I've never used before. I wanted to use the Marseille, but again, the pip cards aren't illustrated, so the pip cards are the cards that aren't face cards or major arcana. But I don't know like where I would ever be able to use a deck like this. This isn't something that I can just pull out and do a reading for people. This is something that I'd need to be on stage or something to use. Look at how big those are. Those are as big as my head, bigger than my hand. Don't even know how to shuffle it. Pretty cool though. It's a cool showpiece. And it's all in French. Interesting. Put this guy away. Okay. Alright, this shouldn't be too hard to read here. Pretty artwork. Okay, so your energy for the month is represented by the Four of Gold, which is the Four Pentacles, and the Tower reversed. People in your life are represented by the Chariot reversed and the Four of Swords reversed. what draws you to them is the Six of Mallets or the Six of Wands. And up here for a potential outcome, we've got the Four of Mallets and the Five of Mallets. And down here we've got the Temperance card and the Judgment card reversed. So what's all this mean? Oops, laundry. Okay. So I see there being some kind of material setback for you, either that's going to happen sometime soon or it already potentially has, because it's the 12th of September right now, or the 13th or something like that. The Tower card is a card of like setbacks, I see, but not necessarily permanent setbacks, but something that is going to set us back, or it's an eye-opening experience, something that's going to come crashing down, but it's not necessarily going to be like a permanent or forever thing, but it's definitely going to be eye-opening. And I see that involving something to do with your material situation based on the Four of Gold card. This could be a problem in the home or a problem in the workplace, something to do with your finances. And I see the people in your life ready to take hasty and decisive action, which this will be a hasty action that they're going to take, or they're tempted to take. And I see them like I see them feeling restless about it. I see them like they can sense the situation that you've got going on too, and they're going to be tempted to take some sort of action in that area, and it might not necessarily be a positive action. So I think that it would be mindful before you accept help from others, or who you allow in to help you manage your problems or your finances, because they might not be quite equipped to deal with the problem later. And although I do see faith and celebration being what connects you to the people in your life this month. So I think that you have a decent amount of faith in the people to be able to solve the problem. However, I don't know that they're quite equipped yet. So some potential outcomes here is like you have faith in them, and I see them potentially being able to come through based on these other Wands cards or Mallets cards up here, and be able to help you with whatever it is that you need help with. But I think more likely we're going to want to exercise temperance and clear judgment, and take a step back and look at our problem more objectively than that, and be able to see and if we take a step back and we look at things objectively and we're mindful, we're able to make a better decision for what to do next. I don't see anything in the cards here regarding love or relationships this month. I see this solely as like it could, but that's not the way that I'm reading these cards. I see no Cups energy here. I see almost all Wands energy, which is faith, passion, and creativity. So I think that we need to hold on tight and weather the storm, whatever that storm may be. And I do see things having a positive outcome if we're mindful and we're careful about how we address and how we solve the problem, and who we allow into the problem, or who we allow to be a part of our immediate circle. Okay, so we'll draw some oracle cards here too. We got a few minutes left. I'm trying to keep these videos all around 10 minutes, and I'm doing a pretty good job. Okay, so we're using a Lenormand deck. I'm learning Lenormand. I know that there's specific ways to lay these cards, but I'm using them kind of like I use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun deck, and just picking cards and reading them intuitively at face value. Okay, so I relate the Mountain card that I just drew here to the Tower card. I see it as an obstacle that we have to overcome. I see it as something that's really, really hard and looks daunting, and it will be hard and difficult for a short period of time, but once we climb to the top of that mountain and reach the peak, we can see how beautiful things really are. I also drew the cross card, the crucifix, which I relate to all these wands cards, these mallet cards that I drew here. I see the cross as a sign of faith and hope and prosperity, forgiveness and redemption, like the judgment card. And I see us being able to come out on top and in a wiser and more prepared position by the end of the month, or maybe by the middle of October when I get to your guys' next reading, right? I hope this was helpful to you, Cancer, and I will see you guys next time.